All right. Now we're doing MDN Web Docs, guides, getting started with the web, dealing with files. All right. So a website consists of many files, text content, code, style sheets, media content, and so on. When we're building a website, we need to assemble these files into a sensible structure on our local computer, make sure they can talk to one another, and get all our content looking right before we eventually upload them to a server. Let's look at this. All right. As you see here, we're going to be getting to this 4 videos from now, so we'll talk about that when that happens. Dealing with files discusses some issues we should be aware of so we can set up a sensible file structure for our website. All right. So where should our website live on our computer? So when we're working on a website locally on the computer, we should keep all the related files in a single folder that mirrors the published website's file structure on the server. This folder can live anywhere we like, but we should put it somewhere where we can easily find it, maybe on our desktop, in our home folder, or at the root of the hard drive. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to choose a place to store the website projects. Inside our chosen place, we're going to create a new folder called Web Projects or something similar. And this is where all our website projects will live. All right. So we're going to, inside the chosen place, we're going to make a folder called Web Projects. All right. So I'm choosing the desktop. You get to see my little workout menu action right there. And let's do new folder, and I think it's a Web Projects, like that. Make sure there's a hyphen there. Let's see if I was right. All right, cool. So inside this folder, inside this first folder, we're going to create another folder to store our first website and call it test site or something similar. All right, so we're going to come over here, open this up, and make another folder and call it test-site, like that. All right, we're probably gonna have to open that too. So let's go back over here, and there we go. And so here's an aside on casing and spacing. So we'll notice that throughout this article, we're going to be asked to name folders and files completely in lowercase with no spaces, and this is because many computers, particularly web servers, are case sensitive. So for example, if we put an image on our website at this place with a capital M and a capital I right here, then in a different file, we try to invoke the image as this with lowercase, it may not work. All right. Also, browsers, web servers, and programming languages do not handle spaces consistently. For example, if we use spaces in our file name, some systems may treat the file name as two file names. Some servers will replace the areas in our file names with %20, like when you do a Google search, the character code for spaces in URLs, resulting in all our links being broken. It's better to separate words with hyphens rather than underscores. All right, so this versus this. The short answer is that we should use a hyphen for our file names. The Google search engine treats a hyphen as a word separator, but does not regard an underscore that way. All right, so yeah, we'll do the hyphens. For these reasons, it is best to get into the habit of writing our folder and file names in lowercase with no spaces and with words separated by hyphens, at least until we know what we're doing. That way, we'll bump into fewer problems later on down the road. Okay. So now, what structure should our website have? Okay. Next, we're going to look at what structure our test site should have. The most common things we'll have on any website project we create are an index.html file and folders to contain images, style files, and script files. So let's create these now. One, index.html. So this file will generally contain our homepage content. That is the text and images that people see when they first go to our site. Okay. So using the text editor, we're going to create a new file called index.html and save it just inside the test site folder. Okay. So let's open up the old VS Code file, new file. what was it? Index.html, like that. All right, let's go find something. Test site, we're already in there. Awesome, so just create file, and there we go. So now we got something like that. Let's go see what they want us to do next. So we're gonna make images folder. All right, we're gonna make an images folder, there we go. This folder will contain all the images that we use on our site. We'll create a folder called images inside the test site folder. Okay, so let's go over there, test site, right here. Here's the index. Let's do images, new, folder, images, boom. All right, let's go over here. Styles folder. This folder will contain the CSS code used to style our content. For example, setting text and background colors. So we'll create a folder called styles inside the test site folder. There we go. So let's make that new folder, styles. There we go. And let's go to script folder. So this folder will contain all the JavaScript code used to add interactive functionality to our website, ergo buttons that load data when clicked. All right. Do we got any on here? Does this count as one? I guess these count as some. I think these are links and these are buttons. Anyway, whatever. Did we say anything else? So we're going to create a folder called scripts inside the test site folder. All right, let's go over there, right here, and say folder scripts. There we go, right there. Images, scripts, and styles. Looks like we're really cooking. All right. So here's a note. On Windows computers, we might have trouble seeing the file names because Windows has an option called Hide Extensions for known file types, turned on by default. Generally, we can turn this off by going to Windows Explorer, setting the folder options option, selecting that, I should say, unchecking the Hide Extension for known file types checkbox, then clicking OK. For more specific information covering our version of Windows, we can search the web, right? So I already did this, I already tried recording this before and I forgot to reset it. So let me show you where it's at. So let's come over here, if you got Windows 10 at least. Now, I don't know what to do with the rest of them, just look on the web. You'll figure it out. Just literally, I'm telling you right now, just literally like highlight this, copy it, and then paste it in the thing. It should pop something up. That's how I figured this one out. Anyway, so we're here. If you're in Windows 10, you go to View, and then there's this thing called File Name Extensions right here. You just click it, just like that, and it'll put them on there. Make sure to check, because usually it's not checked. Make sure to check it, okay? And so that's cool right now. Let's see, then clicking okay, buckwheat. So we're cool here. So now we're on to file paths. So to make files talk to one another, we have to provide a file path between them. Basically a route so one file knows where another is. To demonstrate this, we will insert a little bit of HTML into our index.html file and make it display the image we chose in the article, What Will Our Website Look Like? I remember that. I didn't know we were actually supposed to pick something. I thought they were just playing around. But yeah, we'll go get something in just a second. We'll go get something right now. Let's look at this. So to choose an image, we're going to go to Google Images. Let's right-click this. Boom. So now we're here at Google Images. And let's just type in something easy, book, because we're trying to learn stuff, right? So here we got the images. And then what else did it say to do? Let's go down here. Because of the license thing, we're not trying to get any copyright strikes. I'm not. And I'm sure you're not either. So let's go over to this tools thing, and then we see this usage rights right here. We'll click that, and we're just going to have Creative Commons licenses because this one will cost an arm and a leg. This costs nothing. So let's get this red Clifford looking book. I guess we'll just right click it, save image as, and we'll throw it into right into the web project's test site images thing, because it's going to tell us to do that anyway. So let's just get that. This book, you just get whatever you want, honestly, but because if this video lasts for a long time, this image may not even be up there anymore. So just get whatever you want. Let's save it, and boom, now we got something right there. We don't really need that, so let's just, doesn't matter. All right, we don't need that either. All right, so we're good. We're good on this end. We did that, and now here we are right here. All right, so we're gonna copy the image we chose earlier into the images folder. Already did that. So we're gonna open up the index.html. This is driving me bananskers. There we go. We're gonna, where were we? Open up the index.html file and insert the following code into the file exactly as shown. Don't worry about what it means for now. If you've done the free code camps, you know what this is. This is nothing. Nothing. You know what I mean. Anyway, and insert the following code, blah, blah, blah. We're going to look at the structure in more detail later in the series. Gotcha. So let's just do a little copy paste. I think there's a clipboard thing here. We could probably do it, but whatever. So let's copy that, come over here to VS Code, drop it in here like thus, and now we got this going on. Let's come on back over here, and let's look at this. The line image source bookasha alt booyakasha anyway, is the HTML code that inserts an image into the page, all right? So we need to tell the HTML where the image is. The image is inside the images directory, which is in the same folder as index.html. So to walk down the file structure from index.html to image, the file path we need is this right here. So image backslash or slash, I don't know which one this is. Anyway, our file image, boom. For example, our image is called Firefox icon. Well, that's there. So blah. Okay, so we're throwing it into there? No, insert the file path into the HTML code between the double quote marks of blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. So we'll say right here, in images, wait, that's not even it. Here we go, right here. We'll come in here into the source thing. We'll say images slash, and that looks like what it is. Like I said, I tried to record this earlier. And save it. Yeah, that should, I don't know if it'll pop up for you, but whatever. So let's save this thing right now. What's this say? Overwrite. Like I said, I tried earlier. Okay, so we did that. And here we go. Okay, so we did that. Now change the contents of the alt attribute to a description of the image. All right, so we'll come over here to the alt and say something like read a book, just like that. That should be good enough. Actually, let's make it capital. Why not? Like that and like that. Here we go. Looks great. File, save. There we go. Let's come over here to this again. And we did this description of the image. Let's see what this is. Okay, we'll get there later. That looks like a real pain. So save the HTML file, that's what I already did, and then load it to the web browser by double-clicking the file, and we should see the new web page displaying our image. So let's come on over here, click this, double E, and look at that, we got a book. We got the red book. We're so cool. All right, so now we got that going on. That killed me last. Like, I got all the way to this point and I could not figure this out. Turns out I had all of these inside the web project instead of inside test site. I was bamboozled. But anyway, that one worked. So some general rules for file paths. To link a target file in the same directory as the invoking HTML file, we'll just use the file name, e.g. ergo, whatever the book thing, or myimage.jpg. To reference a file in a subdirectory, we'll write the directory name in front of the path plus a /. Okay, so those are /. All right, cool. Ergo, the thing we just did, basically. To link the target file in the directory above the invoking HTML file, we'll write 2 dots. So for example, if index.html was inside a subfolder of test site and myimage.jpg was inside test site, we could reference myimage.jpg from index.html using dot dot / myimage.jpg. What? I wish they would have given us an example like that, but whatever. We'll probably figure this out later. So we can combine these as much as we like. For example, dot dot subdirectory, another subdirectory, myimage.jpg. All right. So for now, this is about all we need to know, except for this note. The Windows file system tends to use backslashes, not forward slashes. That's what I thought. Ergo, this right here. Yeah, that's totally what I thought. But this doesn't matter in HTML. What is this? Even if we are developing our website on Windows, we should still use forward slashes in our code. Gotcha. Okay, so what else should be done? That's about it for now. The folder structure should look something like this on a Mac. Come on, guys. We're trying to save money here. What are you rubbing it in our face that you make $100,000, $250,000 a year? Starting? Anyway, so there's that. Let's go to the next one. Now we're on to HTML basics, and we'll see you next time.